Hi, so today I thought we were going to do something really fun and having like a little challenge. Now, I don't know if you have heard about a girl or woman called Jem here on YouTube. She has a channel called The Color Cave and I really like it. I watch all of her videos and I just enjoy her so much, and she does a lot of coloring videos. Now, I like color pencils. I really do, but they're not my number one medium. I don't know if you can guess, but for me it's watercolor. Yeah, I know, a shocker, right? But anyway, so she has this really awesome channel and she also has something called like the color stash or like cave stash. Anyway, where she has stuff that she doesn't use and the money that she gets from selling them goes to her channel and all of that. So anyway, she had that kind of sale and I thought, hey, I want some of those pencils and I really want to support her channel, so you know. So these are the pencils, very lightly used. I don't know if you can tell, all very long. So yeah, and I didn't have any of these colors and I thought that would, great. I mean, she gets a bit of cash to use for her channel, buy a camera or some snacks, I don't know, and I get some pencils to play with. So that's great, awesome. But then when I got them in the mail, I looked at them and I thought that is really fun colors together, right? So I thought we're going to just sit down. I have my toned paper sketchbook here and I thought, why not do something fun inspired by these pencils or using these as the like primarily medium. Now, I know usually when you have that kind of art supply box challenge, you're only supposed to use those things that comes in a box, but I'm not like that. I don't discriminate. I mean, I feel like these should stand for the most part and then take some inspiration and use what other stuff I want to do. But let's swatch the colors. So I have some craft paper here. I thought we could swatch them on because I'm not that familiar with these colors. So this is cream, light pressure and hard pressure. So there we have cream. This one is Naples yellow. We have Cobolt green, and this one is so pretty. I mean, gosh, okay. Then we have Helio blue reddish. We have cold grey number 3. Very close to the color of the paper here. We have warm grey 5. And the last one is walnut brown. Okay. We have some really fun colors and I think we can get a good variation. We have some very light with the cream and the light grey, and then we have these 3 colors that are fairly dark, and I think if we layer them we can get almost like a black. Why not? Do we try? If we put some walnut and then this Helio reddish. If you just, yeah, I mean you can get a really dark. And can we get this one a bit lighter maybe with the cream? Yeah, that looks really nice. Yeah, so I think we can get quite a lot of different looks. So yeah, let's do some sketching. Oh, we can take the brown so you can see hopefully. So I'm just going to do some thumbnails over here. How about, oh gosh, if I don't know what I'm going to draw, I always make houses. Yeah, so we have these shifting so we can get some depth. And then like a yellow cabin maybe. Or how about norrsken? That is hagel in the background, the little puppy we have, you know? So if we have a little house here, woods, and then like something like that. And then like this is in darkness, going up. Or maybe we should have just like a mountain range. But that would be very, very linear, I feel. Yeah, I think this one is the best. Yeah, let's do that one. I think it's best to have it like this. Okay, I'm going to switch to this one, and I think I want my house, because I feel I want the norrsken, what do you call it, like the northern lights up here. So then I would want the house to be a little bit of echoing the color. So down here somewhere. Oh, we can make it like a super cute little cabin. Okay, wait. I'm changing my house. Now I have painted Northern Lights before, but in watercolor. And that is so easy because you wet the paper and then you just like spread the paint. But yeah, you can't really do that with pencils now, can you? But there's something very magical about it. Just like a pencil, like how much, if you look at those like YouTubers that, or anybody really, but I look at quite a few YouTubers with color pencils and the effect they can do with just a pencil, or not just one, but you know, I think that is quite magical in itself. Okay, so I want this to feel like it is really, really bright and shiny. And then, like I said, I want to use the house as a focal point, but I also want to use it so I can echo the colors. So I'm thinking I can use this creamy color in the windows, that it comes like light is coming through, and then maybe comes out here on the ground. And I'm thinking it's snowy on the ground. Something like that. And then maybe we have like a light source in the window. Something like that. I'm just going to add a little bit in here so we get some definition into this one too. And then I'm going to go in with this one, which is just lovely. It is the Cobalt Green. And I think I will have to go through with the cream again over top of this one. But for now, I just wanted to know where the lightest part was going to be. And I'm thinking like what other colors I'm going to bring in, or if I need another, because I don't want to bring in another color. I feel like the yellow and the sort of tealy blues, that is what we're going to work with. But I'm thinking if I can add in like a white, or if I even need to. I don't know. I don't even know if I'm coloring it right. I mean, I'm sure there are different techniques on how to, because here you can see all the texture of the paper. Maybe I'm doing it wrong. Maybe I should do this, circle motions. But I'm going very lightly. I have learned that you should go lightly so you can do many layers. Okay, and I'm going to go in with the Helio Blue Reddish. And I mean, these two colors are not directly next to each other, if you know what I mean, when we talk about color theory. this is a very red blue, and the Cobolt is obviously, it's cobalt green, it is a green. So they are not mixing per se, but I think we can make it work. They do look really nice together. I like it. And I'm trying to, so one of the effects here is that the lights go up and down, and I want to keep that, so I'm trying to color that way too, even though I would really like to just flip it over and go like that, but I'm trying to make sure I get that sort of up and down streaking instead. Okay, I think that looks pretty good for a first pass. But I want a bit darker up here, so I'm going to use the Warm Grey 5 and layer on top. Maybe I should use, I got in a Scroller Box once a blending pen, blending thingy. Maybe I should use that on the sky later. Okay. I'm just going to go over the grey here. Gosh, that scared me. Where's my phone? Oh. Yeah, so today when I'm filming this, I'm going to turn off the sound. It's the 1st of September, and the shop has just had an update. So that was the Etsy app. Yeah, okay, going back with the cobalt green. And I'm trying not to like add too much pressure, but it's really tempting to press like hard and just get more color, you know, but I'm trying to pace myself. Oh, but it's looking really nice. Okay. So this little sketchbook I have, it is 5x7, I think, and it's from American Craft. It is part of the Paper Fashion product series, and I have 3 of them, and it's a bit of a funny, not so funny story, because when they announced Paper Fashion, I was so happy, because I'm a scrapbooker, and I've been a scrapbooker for, I don't know, over 10 years anyway, or 13 years, yeah, 13 years. So yeah, so American Craft is my favorite scrapbooking brand, and when they paired up with Paper Fashion, I was like, oh my gosh, art supplies from American Craft, that would be so much fun. And they were coming out with sketchbooks, and they have paired up with Jane Davenport before, and I love her sketchbooks, or her watercolor journals. I love them. So when they coming out with these, I was like, oh my god, how fun. And they said they were going to have these what do you call it, heavyweight grey paper sketchbook. They look like this, so this is the one I'm using. And there was also going to be sketchbooks with grey watercolor paper, and I was like, I am here for that, 100%, I want that one. So I ordered one, got this one. No, I got this one, and I was like emailing the place where I got it from. And you're like, oh, I'm sorry, there's been a mistake, we're sending the right one. So I got this one, and I was like, it's not right, this is not watercolor paper, this is just a sketchbook. And then I ordered from another place, and I got another one, so I have 3. I mean, it's really good sketchbook. I mean, it's 216 GSM, and it's a really fun sketchbook. It's not that, but when you expect to have watercolor paper, you know, I mean, I have used watercolor in it, but it works well with gouache, but not so much with watercolor, I would say. So anyway, but for this, it's really great. Okay, So that is my first pass on the sky. I would like to have a smoother finish, I think. I'm going to see if I can find this. Here, this one. I got it in a scroller box. Derwent Blender. Okay, let's see if we can blend it up a bit. I don't know if you can see any difference. Can you, like, when you have done this, can you still, like, add more on top of it? Or is it this, like, it's closed, now you just have to... We should try that, actually. Oh, I think you can. Okay, we can do that later then. So the house. I'm imagining you get a bit of light shining through, so you get a bit just like on top of the house. Is what I'm thinking anyway. And then I'm thinking these are all trees. And I'm thinking so much today, you guys. That is great. Okay, so I want to have the effect of this being snow. So we have a little bit of light coming here, reflecting up on the snow, because I'm thinking there is snow on the roof. And then we have some shadows here. Then we have the window, and there's a lot of snow here. Yeah. So I live in Sweden, but we don't get northern lights this south. So I have never seen one in person because I have never been so far north. I also want to go up really north, like in the summer, for the midwinter sun. It's over now, so it's too late to go up now. But yeah, that would be really fun. I'm just trying to add a bit of definition so it feels like there is a lot of snow here, like somebody has been shoveling it away. Like that, maybe. Okay, and then the house, I'm thinking I wanted to make it like a yellow. Yeah. So we have some color down here too. And here I'm thinking, like, should I add white? Because this is in the middle of the winter, in the middle of the night, and if that is the case, it's not white, but I still want it to look like it is white, so maybe I should just leave the paper as it is. I'm thinking I'm going to go over this yellow. I feel like that is a bit too bright, so I'm just going to take this grey one and go over it. Or we can go a bit like this instead. Have a roof, so you can go inside without getting way too wet, or you can put your boots out here. That's what we have anyway. And I think the door, oh, I'm going to do the door we had before we changed them. So we have them going like this. I really like that. Okay. I really like this grey pen. It's really like strong and dark without getting just black. Like imagine it being like candles or something in the window. And maybe it should be just a little bit darker around. So it really looks like it is glowing. Like that. Okay, so I'm imagining a really dark forest behind this little cabin. I'm thinking we go in with the grey one with brown, and then going to the warm grey when we go back. That is my plan. I just want to add a little bit of, now when we go further back the trees won't be as visible, but I still want a bit of detail, like feeling that the trees are fairly close. So I want to do a few trees that have like a fairly good level of detail, so you know for sure what this is, and then we come back here. I just want the silhouette of them, and it's here I'm thinking like what we can make so it gets really dark. Yeah, so I want another one a bit further back. I think we can make one here, because I don't want them all to be on one line either, because that looks a bit weird. We don't usually have that. Like that. Adding a bit of shadow underneath the branches. It feels so weird sitting here thinking about snow and like thinking like how it looks here at home when it's snowing, like how the snow falls on the branches, and it's like I said, beginning of September. I'm like, I don't want to think about snow. And then I think actually I want something. It doesn't have to be a big one really. I'm thinking like here it could be a small one, but like having something in the foreground to really guide us through into the picture, if you know what I mean. And I'm just thinking this one might cast a bit of a shadow, but making it not distinct in any way because it's not harsh light from this. So I'm just making a soft shadow here. Okay, so I'm pretty happy with that. And I'm just thinking how we should make this one. I think we're going to need to sharpen this one. Oh. Okay, so I'm going to go in with some of these tree silhouettes, I think. Maybe, you know what, I'm going to check my sepia color. I think that one might be darker. Yeah. Just for like the ones furthest away, so we get a bit of a shift. And what I'm trying to do is making the top of it and then like the branches spreading out, but not filling it in, because I'm thinking we can add the warm grey to add some gradient so you don't get just like one flat color. Gosh, I cannot do like one thing, I'm like all over the place. That makes a big difference, just adding just that little bit more of darkness. But it's sort of the same tone because this is the warm grey. It's sort of the same. So it feels like I have just gone darker and not really changed the colour. Which is nice because I want to use these colours the most. And I'm thinking about this one. Maybe I could add in a bit of white, just like here. So you have a little bit of a... like some glowy thing. So it really feels like it's like glowing. I don't know, does it? But I definitely feel now when I've added the white that I need to go in and use the blending, because I really like how it looks here when I used it, so I'm definitely going to go in and do that. But I don't want to go overboard either. I say, and I definitely will, so no worries. Okay. I don't know, are you like that when you do work too, that you like having a hard time focus on one thing? Because I feel like sometimes or some days it goes really well. I know like I'm going to do this now and then I do it. And then sometimes I'm like all over the place and I have no idea why. I think I can use my sepia here too, just because I really want this tree to sort of stand out. Using it here too. So bring darkness up too. Yeah, definitely. My sepia to sort of carving out my tree, because I don't want to get that lost, because these are lighter and that will give that sort of sense of depth, so I don't want to lose that either. Okay, so I have added in my deep forest and I really like how it looks. Like I feel like you can feel the light coming through the cabin, but I want this to be a bit more smooth than like the sky, so I'm going to go in with the Derwent blender. And yeah, I saw that I had started to smudge on my hand, so I've pulled out just a paper towel to try to protect my little piece of art here. And I'm just going to go tiny circles and try to blend this and see if, I mean, I don't mind having a texture with pencils. I mean, that is part of the charm, working with pencil, having the texture. But for the sky here, I feel like that is like, I really want this really smooth, like, yeah, so I don't mind the texture in the trees or on the house, but I really want as smooth as possible here in the, what do you call it in English? Northern Lights. I'm trying not to press too hard and let like the pen do the work, but I feel like, I mean, it's pretty slick, so I feel like I'm falling down a bit and I'm pressing harder than I'm meaning to. Just because I don't want to get a cramp in my hand before I have done the whole sky. I can get a cramp when I'm done, I mean that's fine, but not until I'm done. And I'm trying to do the same thing here, thinking up and down, but not going all the way to yellow because I have so much blue on the tip here. And I'm thinking, should I go in with black? I actually don't think I want to. I really like that there is darkness without it having that blackness. I kind of like that, so I think I'm going to try to avoid black as much as possible here. Yeah, but we're going to do the whole thing, the whole sky, and then when I've done that we can sort of re-evaluate the black situation. Okay, so I have done the whole sky and I really like how smooth it looks, but I don't like how edgy it is. I'm just going to go in with the cream again and just trying to soften it up a bit. But otherwise, apart from this, I'm really happy with how it looks. I usually mostly use color pencils as, you know, like the final like when I have done something, to add the final touches and that kind of stuff. Or when I'm sketching, I can throw some color onto that, but I very, very rarely, if you really know, say ever, use color pencil just to sit down and do like a page like this. So I've had so much fun, and yeah, and I feel like that is sort of what's so good about people like Jem or on YouTube, that can inspire us to venture out, to try new things. Yeah, I really love that. Now, I don't know if this is the best way to use color pencils. Probably not. But who cares? I mean, I've had so much fun. And my hand is not cramping. Oh gosh, look at that. I'm pretty proud of myself. I need some white though. Yeah, we need some white. Like just that kind of finishing touch, you know. I do like to add in white. Okay, how about that? But okay, I'm like, I'm done, and now I'm like, because I'm looking up at the viewfinder in the camera, which I think is really good because it gives me a bit of distance. I'm seeing it from a top, it's very small, and I just see like the values of it, and I feel like I want to add in more darkness up here to sort of match this. I feel like the focus is like here, and I want to add a bit more to it so it doesn't feel like the sky is just sort of floating away. I mean, it sort of is, because it's the sky, which is endless. Oh, that's deep. Anyway, I'm just going to go in with my dark sepia and just add in like a little bit, so we have a bit more, because we have a bit here in the corners to sort of frame it and holding it together. And I do really like how free it is, but you know, there's limits on freedom, and I feel like we don't need to be like super free, we just need to feel like we have a little bit of freedom. Viola is like, oh gosh, what are you talking on about? Yeah, but just like having a little bit of I feel like this is better already. I'm going to use the blending thingy, but I feel like this is making me a bit more happy already. Okay, how about that? I think that looks a little bit better, don't you? Yeah, oh gosh, I really like it. Yeah, it looks kind of good, doesn't it? I am so humble, yeah. So yeah, that is what I did with the pencils from the Color Cave. Yeah, from the Color Cave. So I had so much fun being inspired by these colors, and I highly recommend you checking out Gem on the Color Cave for some more inspiration. She inspires me so much, and she posts a lot of like longer videos when she just sits and talk while she is coloring or doing stuff, and I just really like having her on in the background, feeling a bit less lonely when I'm making paint or drawing. So yeah, highly recommend that. If nothing else, I hope I have inspired you to try some new or some art supplies that you have that you're like, maybe not. Maybe try some color pencils or soft pastels or oil pastels, or yeah, you know, try something new. So yeah, thank you so much for watching. I hope you have a great day, and that I will see you soon.